If we have a caller waiting on here. Caller, go ahead and welcome.
Hi, good evening. Dr. Vargas proposed cutting of the 18 positions, 5 business teachers, specifically ICT teachers. And I'm just curious as to his rationale for this.
Yeah, my understanding is, and the rationale is that we could provide those services through a different way in terms of those business teachers right now are doing, we call it, there's a requirement for in computer skill. And our students today, if you have it, many of them today, I was in the school and I was surprised how many of the students are typing and, and using the internet and so on and so forth, that we're going to have to provide a high level of, in the area you mentioned of computer sciences and other areas. So that was one of the rationale. And of course, ideally you would want to do this gradually and take your time and work with your teachers and so on and so forth. However, the situation that we are facing, there's no question about that. I had the obligation to provide a balanced budget to the school board for the consideration, meaning that I had to come with a way in which we can close that gap. And,
currently, the state of New Hampshire is Ed 306-421, which relates to information computer technology, and there is a requirement there, and it says that students must demonstrate competency through a portfolio, which we don't do in the city of Manchester. We don't. Or there has to be a completion of a high school class. So by eliminating the course, what are you proposing to put in its place to fulfill the state requirement? Because as of right now, if those courses go away, the city of Manchester has nothing. There are no portfolios. Even though that it was mandated in 2005, Manchester has not done a thing in terms of electronic portfolios. City of Manchester received grant money. In fact, Southside and Jewett got grant money, and I think the city even approved a grant for Park Navani this year for electronic portfolios. These are things that should have been done for the past 11 years, yet we've done nothing with them. And by eliminating 5 of those positions, I don't see how the city of Manchester, specifically the school district, how you can fulfill the state graduation requirement.
All right, caller, I appreciate your call. I'll let Dr. Vargas answer. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
yeah, thank you for the question. The answer, we will establish a process in place that we leave for every student to have a portfolio that will allow each one of our students that when they exit, when they graduate, they will have met that requirement. And it's something that I believe on it. Actually, I do believe that eventually, in the very near future, Manchester and other districts will have to consider the level of the skill set that a student need to have in the area of technology. But I would tell you that part of that would be making sure that we have, as you mentioned, a portfolio that is reflective of the skill set that the skill acquired during their years of education in the system, beginning with elementary, middle, and high school. Our students, if you go to an elementary classroom, you will be surprised how proficient they are when it comes to the application of technology, meaning that they know how to manipulate a device. I also would like to move where our students are producers of technology, like for example, computer coding is one that we are beginning to introduce, that it will give us, our district, a competitive advantage in terms of what we do for our kids in Manchester, and it's one of the elements that I feel that we could do here that very few other districts in the state of New Hampshire could provide, given the our ability to partner with business and industry and other entities. So thank you for your question.
So, Dr. Vargas,